Hi, I am Michelle Fanton. I am your instructor for Psych 298B this semester. I'm going to take you through a couple things that you need to know before you write your paper for Lesson 1. First of all, make sure it is in APA format. That is really, really important. You'll be using this formatting for every single paper you write this semester. If you need any help on APA formatting, the best thing to do is to look up and to use this website right here. If you Google OWL and Purdue and APA formatting, it'll pop right up. It is a fantastic resource. It has varying issues with APA, such as the margins, the text boxes, the citation page, and it'll give you really great explanations of how to do each part. It also has the sample page, which I love. The sample paper is really helpful because it has these little boxes you can see here that explain each part of the paper and why it's done that way and what specifically is done. It's also a great thing to just lay your paper next to it and kind of check and make sure everything looks the same. So it's a great resource. I'm going to go over a couple of things that students commonly miss on their first paper so that you can start off on a great note. So one of those things is the running head. You can see here that the running head is all in lowercase letters except for this capital R. And then it ends right here with semicolons. Now, what's interesting about the running head is that this title right here is shorter. It's an abbreviation of the longer, more extensive title here. So this gives you a really good understanding of what this research paper is going to be about. And this is basically simplifying it into what you have to know it's about. Okay, so it kind of abbreviates it. And then, of course, you have the page number. Even on the cover page, it's important to have that page number. And it is going to be always as far to the left as the header will allow it to be. Now, something that you need to make sure you do is when you're typing in your header into Word, there will be a little checkbox up on the top that says that the first page is different than the rest of the pages. So you're going to check that box, and this is what your first page will look like. I'm going to scroll down and show you here that your second page header is going to be different. So you're going to have to redo the header for the second page, and then it'll copy down for the rest of the pages on its own. You could see that the second page does not actually state running head anymore. So that's the big change. So after that first page, you should no longer see the actual words running head. You should just see the running head. All right, let's go back to the title. So you have the title, and it can be 2 lines, and that's okay. Then you have your name, and then here where it says State University, you write Rio Salado Community College. As far as the author's note is concerned, you do not need that in this course, so you can skip that or you could put it in there if you'd like. It's up to you. The abstract, that is typically page 2. However, in this course, you do not need to use the abstract until you get to your final paper. Okay, so paper 13, and by then you'll be so set with APA formatting that it'll be a breeze. All right, so now we're getting to the meat of your paper. So in your final paper, it'll be page 3, but for every other paper that you write in here, it'll be page 2. You can see that, again, you have the running head without the words running head, and you have the title here, the full title, and it's centered but not bolded. Does not need to be bolded. And then you also notice that there are no extra spaces when you start your actual paper right underneath. Okay, so make sure you do not have ever any extra spaces really anywhere. They're not needed. So everything should be 1-inch margins. That's another thing that's really important. Make sure you set your Word document at 1-inch margins. It should be already. But you have 12-point font and Times New Roman, always. Okay, as we go down, I'm going to skip on down. Make sure every paper you write has a references page. You can see it right here. You still have the running head. Everything else is still the same. There are no spaces between any of this here, no extra spaces. Everything's just double spaced from the beginning. And then these names here, they're written in alphabetical order. That's how you decide which citation goes first. If you need more help with citations, you can again look at the Purdue website and they will give you a rundown of each part. Another option is to go to Citation Machine. It's a website where it'll ask you questions about your article or your source, and you'll plug it in, and then at the end it'll make this beautiful little citation for you that you can just copy and paste. Just make sure you change the font and the size when you're done. And another resource is we have the Writing Center at Rio Salado that can also help you with your APA formatting or just proofreading even. So they're a wonderful source for you. So you can email me about any of those sources and I can give you help with them as well. For this first paper, I want to just go ahead and give you some suggestions or tips. First of all, when you submit your papers into Turnitin.com, you can actually look on there and there are rubrics. There are rubrics on Turnitin, and the same rubric is online under the lesson notes. Those rubrics give a breakdown of exactly how I'm grading your paper, what I'm looking for, what's most important to me, how many points you'll miss or gain by doing certain things. And it really is a nice breakup of the directions. It kind of just puts it all, lays it all out there for you and make sure, gives you a way to make sure that you hit each important point. So I recommend that you check those out before each paper. The other thing is on this first paper, it's important that you do not forget that citation page. That happens a lot, or the cover page. Those two are very important on this first paper. And then the other thing, so what you're basically doing for this first paper is you're taking articles from whatever topic you want and you're summarizing them. You're showing me that you can, one, summarize without plagiarizing, so you can paraphrase. Two, that you understand how to find research articles. And three, you're learning how to use APA formatting. So this is a very simple paper. Make sure you meet the length requirements, of course, and you give me enough meat of the articles. But when you pick your topic, make sure it's a topic that interests you. Try to make all of those articles fit under that topic. And the reason why is this entire class is going to build upon itself. And eventually you're going to start actually writing your own article with the methods, participants, introduction, all of that kind of stuff. So if you start now by focusing in on one topic, it'll save you time later and make the research a lot easier because you'll already have started on it. So if you do start on a topic and later want to change your mind, that's totally acceptable. It'll be a little bit more work for you later down the road, but it's totally fine. So go and try to find something that really interests you and is something that you're passionate about and that you love. And it's really a great time for me and really interesting for me because I get to learn about a lot of different things that interest you. So if you have any questions, never hesitate to email me. I try to return them within 24 hours. But I think that you will do a great job. So good luck with this first assignment.